Good evening, everyone, and thank you again for joining us. Again, my name is Christina Smith, and I'm a petitioning candidate along with Pete Spain for City Council in the 130th District. A child of Jamaican parents who both came here independently for a better life, I was born and spent most of my childhood in Bridgeport, growing up on the east side, but I've lived on and off in this district for over 20 years, 13 of those as a homeowner, longer than all three of my fellow panelists combined. Though I have lived in cities such as San Francisco, New York, and London, I returned to Bridgeport 4 years ago because of my desire, and I would say childhood dream, to be a part of bringing back the glory and prosperity that Bridgeport once had. In addition to my passion, my candidacy for the role as a city council member is backed not only by my work experience, but also my academic studies. Having worked at a number of large investment banks and other financial institutions for more than a decade, my professional background in the financial industry has given me the analysis skills the city needs to understand the variety of financial matters that come before it and that ultimately determine its fate. Additionally, my 2 years of work experience within City Hall as the former Director of Grants office has given me an inside view of how the city works, as well as exposure to city council processes, having regularly attended both city council meetings and subcommittee meetings where I presented matters and arguments before city council members in support of the grant contracts that came before my office. My city experience also allowed me to see firsthand ways that efficiencies can be increased and spending reduced, knowledge which is backed up by my process improvement training that I received while working in the financial industry. Additionally, with a bachelor's in economics from Princeton that is complemented by a master's in historical and sustainable architecture from NYU and a master's in urban regeneration from the University College London, I have the academic background that supports my candidacy as well. Thus, my dream for being part of making Bridgeport better is not one simply based on blind passion, but from experience working for the city and knowledge gained from studying how cities can regenerate themselves, studies I pursued purposely because of my desire to come back to Bridgeport. I'm running for city council because I care about my hometown and in particular the future of the city for the young people who are growing up here today. Of my fellow panelists, I believe I'm the only one who attended public schools in Bridgeport and that works regularly with youth who are currently in these schools. I believe in the power of a quality education and its impact on how far one can advance in our society. I currently lead an organization that not only provides science education to local high school youth, but also provides opportunities for them to connect and give back to their city. I believe that serving on city council is just one of the ways that I can use my passion, experience, and education to move the city forward. I also believe that one of the best ways for positive change to happen is to have a seat at the decision-making table and not just one on the sidelines where voices are not always heard. To move the city forward, I believe that independent thinking and a willingness to put in the hours to really study the city's budget, its contracts, its ordinances, and all matters that make up the city and how it functions is what is needed to understand and address the issues the city faces with solutions that take into account the variety of its moving parts. I also believe the ability to work well with others and reach compromise is needed to bring about change. Being a city council member for me will not just be about listening to our constituents and the concerns and issues they have, but about taking actions needed to address their concerns and resolve their issues so that we can all feel like we are part of the city. Thank you.